to leave the store, and you didn't want to cooperate.
You want me to take my jacket off?
Nope, I want you to leave your jacket on.
For what? Because I said,
What are y'all doing?
Put it down. I told you many times to put it down.
And you're holding a gun!
Put it down.
And you're holding a gun!
Have you ever been stopped by the police? It's not a pleasant experience. Most of us get nervous dealing with authorities even when we've done nothing wrong. We know they have the power to arrest us, disrupting our lives significantly. And frighteningly, this can apparently happen for almost trivial reasons. Today, we'll look at multiple absurd cases where police apprehended and even assaulted people for shockingly minor actions, like eating a sandwich, wearing a helmet, or even just crossing the road. These incidents reveal major issues around overuse of force, racial bias, and the urgent need for police reform.
Bud, you got some ID on you? Hey. Hey! You have some ID on you? Hold on, man. What's up? You have some ID on you?
In 2019, Christopher was shopping normally at an Arizona Walmart while wearing his motorcycle outfit, including a helmet. Now, Christopher claimed he couldn't hear the manager asking him to remove it due to music playing inside. But either way, is that reasonable grounds for 3 cops to aggressively arrest someone?
No problem? Yeah, management's been asking you to take your helmet off while you're walking around in the store and you're just ignoring them. What are you talking about, man? Do you think I'm talking just
Dude, do me a favor, take your helmet off. You're not going to speak with us with your helmet on.
Okay. Let's take your helmet off. Oh. Yeah, music playing.
I'm sorry?
Oh, man. I have music playing, so if someone's trying to talk to me, I probably didn't hear them.
The excuse was he seemed suspicious and was ignoring staff requests. But why can't someone wear a helmet in a store? And the manager claimed he asked Christopher to exit 5 to 6 times the video show's maximum twice.
You need to turn that little switch off in your brain that you want to run your mouth and argue every time somebody tells you something. Because this is disturbing the peace. You can go to jail and not go to work. So what's the choice you're going to make, hardhead? You're going to quit walking around businesses with a helmet on, scaring the hell out of people to where you got massive cops all over the place, rifles outside waiting for a shooter to come out? Laugh. Yeah. But that's where we're at. So pull your head out of your ass and quit arguing every time somebody tells you something. I'm telling you, look at what you're doing. You keep wanting to argue with me. I'm not the guy you want to argue with.
Wasn't trying to argue. I'm just
That's why you keep talking. Stop talking.
Okay, fine. Cool.
But it gets worse. One officer goes on a power trip, spewing insults and threats, saying Christopher had his head up his A and go to jail and not go to work, before trespassing and detaining him despite wanting to pay for purchases.
So real quick, I don't know if he explained to you or anything, but you're under arrest for disorderly conduct, okay? It's going to be a class 1 misdemeanor, okay? I'll probably see a judge, the nighttime judge, so forth, and it'll probably be released. Alright, do you have any questions on that? Okay.
They later quietly changed the charges, realizing the arrest was totally unlawful. But only after keeping him imprisoned unlawfully for 2 hours. This blatant abuse of powers for inconsequential incidents has become commonplace.
For what? Because I said,
What are y'all doing?
For what? Because I said,
What are y'all doing?
Why are you in my house? Why are y'all in my house? Why are you in my house? Guys, I'm asking a question. Why are you
For what?
You're a piercing, okay? In your home.
He was not unlawful.
body art without a license.
Guys, chill. What is really going on here?
In April 2019, loving father Jeremy Sherlin was violently arrested and jailed for 2 nights on an absurd charge piercing his 8-year-old son's ear at the boy's own request.
This is ridiculous. piercing his son's ear without a license. Takes 3 cops, 4 cops, coming into my house without permission. No permission. They busted in my front door. He got a pierced ear by his dad. These cops busted in my door. Busted in the front door.
I wanted my ears
Put
pierced.
cuffs on this boy for nothing.
This nightmare began when Sherlin's son proudly told classmates his dad had helped pierce his left ear. After one child mentioned it to a teacher, heartlessly instead of congratulating the courageous boy, the school called police to report this perceived violation. Shocking home footage shows multiple officers bombarding the Sherlin family residence, aggressively handcuffing Jeremy Sherlin as his confused son cries for his caring father, while the officers terrifyingly bark orders at the frightened child.
What are y'all doing?
The boy himself clearly confirms he personally asked his dad to pierce his ear. Pleading with the brutal police, I wanted my ears pierced. His wishes ignored without care as they bundled his anguished dad off into captivity.
Cops coming into my house without permission. No permission. They busted in my front door. He got a pierced ear by his dad. These cops busted in my door. Busted in the front door.
I wanted my ears
Put
pierced.
cuffs on this boy for nothing.
Highlighting the boundless control authorities wield to criminalize virtually any unconventional activities through arbitrary subjective standards enforced under threat of stealing freedom and families. An absolute abuse of power evoking a totalitarian police state rather than a free democracy protecting citizens' rights.
Put it down. I
I'm
told you
picking
many
up
times to
trash,
put it down.
And you're holding a gun.
Put it down.
And you're holding a...
I couldn't help but notice you just sitting on the patio out there.
What's that?
I couldn't help but notice you're sitting on the patio behind this building.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's signs for no trespassing, private
live
property,
here.
that kind of thing. Yeah, I wasn't sure what you were doing, if you lived here or you worked here.
Yeah,
It looks like you're working, doing
I
something,
live here
picking
and
stuff
I
up.
work here.
Okay, gotcha. What's the actual address then?
3333 Arapahoe.
Okay, what unit are you in?
I don't think I have to actually tell you that.
Well, I'm just checking to make sure that you have a right to be here, that's
Well,
all.
I just told you I lived here.
Okay.
And I told you that I'm working as well.
Okay.
Shouldn't that be enough for you?
Well, I gotta verify it, just so I know that you
Why
do
is-
in fact live here.
Kidding me? What do you need from me?
If you have an ID with your address on it, that'd be great.
Fucking unbelievable, man.
Well, we've had some stuff going on in this area. I'm just
I
doing
know.
my job, just making sure you belong here, and if you do, then great, and I'll be on my way. Okay.
In 2019, student Zaid was picking up litter outside his Colorado dorm when officers detained him for no clear reason. Zaid correctly asserted he didn't have to show ID, but this upset the cop who escalated the situation drastically.
Mr. Atkinson, right now you're obstructing a police officer, which is a jailable offense. I'm asking you one more time to sit down.
I'm not doing anything wrong. And you're not gonna arrest me. You're not gonna do anything. Because I live here. And I didn't do anything wrong.
Last chance, sir.
Well, what?
Have a seat.
Well, what? Well, what?
Sit
You're
down.
gonna arrest a
Right now I'm
person? You're
detaining
gonna
you
arrest
and
someone?
investigating you
You're
for a
gonna arrest-
trespass.
I fucking live here, dumbass.
Sit down.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 officers of the law with guns drawn. With guns drawn on my property. I'm picking up trash for my job.
What? Okay, these nice people here told me that you are a resident.
Oh, wow.
So
What a fucking
that's
surprise.
what we were trying to find out. Okay,
What a fucking...
Sitting here, thought maybe he wasn't really doing anything. He was kind of milling about, and then he'd come back down, sit, milling about, come back down and sit. And then when I came into the alley, he stood up and I saw that he had that metal thing, and it looked like he was kind of banging it, like against the, so I wasn't sure if he was like trying to damage something, or, and then I addressed him, and then he proceeded to walk around here, and I saw it was like a device for picking up trash, and he was picking up trash, and he starts walking away, picks up the...
He called hostile backup officers who aimed guns at the compliant student. 8 cops surrounded Zaid, who waited calmly for them to run his details, which revealed he did indeed peacefully live there after terrifying minutes feeling threatened at gunpoint.
That metal doctrine and the bucket and walks away from me. I just follow him at a distance until cover gets here.
Okay.
You didn't show me a badge.
So we confirmed that he lives here, right?
How the fuck am I?
No.
Well, he just did.
Okay.
Parker just did. He confirmed that he lives here, right?
According to him, he lives here. He just provided a unit number. Finally, I don't have a date of birth. I don't know who he is.
Okay. All right. So let's. You got his information in terms of his name and all that.
I just have his name.
Okay. Then give him his
You're a
ID
fucking
back, and then we're out of
jackass.
here. Yeah, because we
You're a
already confirmed he's
jackass.
there, and this
You got the
gentleman
wrong
here just said,
fucking
yeah, he works here and lives here. So.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he just.
The aggressive officer faced no real consequences besides resigning voluntarily. But Zaid will likely remain traumatized by the provocative harassment and wrongful arrest for acting environmentally friendly.
I'm not going to jail for eating a sandwich. No, for resisting arrest.
In November 2019, construction worker Steve Foster was violently arrested at a Bay Area rapid transit station in California for doing something countless commuters do every day, without incident casually eating a breakfast sandwich while waiting for his train.
You single me out of all these people. You're eating. Bro, so what? It's against the law to jail. I'm not going to jail for eating a sandwich. No, for resisting arrest. I'm not resisting arrest. You are resisting. I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done nothing wrong.
Footage shows BART police officer D. McCormick singling out and detaining Foster solely for quietly standing alone on the platform, eating a sandwich he just purchased at the station shop.
I don't feel detained. I feel harassed. I feel harassed. That's what I feel.
Yeah, I feel like you're being harassed too over eating a sandwich. I just saw 3 people walk up with coffees in their hands, but that's okay.
Yeah, we got a guy eating a platform. He's uncooperative. Somebody's got to eat. All right, bring him up here then.
Stop.
I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to continue with my sandwich, bro. I do this every morning. Every morning, bro. Let my bag go.
Yeah, why is there a store downstairs selling food if we're not allowed to eat up here?
Why is there a store downstairs?
And does it not say on, there's no signs here that mark that we can't eat on the platform? Where is there a sign up here that says we can't eat on the platform?
When Foster reasonably questioned being harassed without cause, the officer made a show of calling for aggressive backup while continuing to demand Foster stop eating, refusing to explain any reasonable suspicion beyond a vague no-eating policy.
All right, I need to go and turn around. No, I've turn around now. I've done nothing wrong. Turn around, man.
Stop, just listen. Just listen. Just listen.
Ain't nobody resisting. Ain't nobody resisting.
Just listen.
You see this? Nobody resisting.
You didn't even do anything. You know, 4 cops for eating a sandwich. He
4
was just
cops
eating
for
a
a
sandwich. That's all he did was eat
4
a sandwich.
cops for resisting, okay? Ain't nobody resisting.
Stop.
Nobody resisting.
As Foster insisted he had the legal right to finish his breakfast without random police interference, multiple officers encircled him, wrenching his belongings away, grappling him to the ground and handcuffing him forcefully.
I wanted to talk to your supervisor. For what? What's the disturbance for? You haven't taken me with the disturbance for. I got on car. I jumped out of Uber.
You haven't really given us a chance. There was a report somebody mentioned in your description on the platform.
No.
You're changing it. That's not what he stopped him for.
Stay out of it, please.
That's not
Videotape
You said you stopped him because there was a description of what?
What's the description? What was the description? What was the disturbance?
Despite Foster not resisting once during the altercation, McCormick and his fellow officers claimed he was resisting arrest to justify their thuggish actions. They hauled him off to jail where Foster was locked in a cell overnight and released the following afternoon.
Called here for a woman that was possibly intoxicated.
Okay.
That's who I was looking for on the platform.
Okay. So why did you go up to him?
I was walking the platform. I'd already walked down that end. I was walking back to this end.
So you decided to forget about the that's drunk and you wanted to with him for eating a sandwich?
Is that what I said?
Well, that's why you messed with him, right? Because he was eating a sandwich. So then what happened to that's drunk? Where's she at?
I didn't find anybody that was drunk.
So you decided to just turn and like focus on the black guy eating a sandwich?
No.
Okay.
He was directly in front of me. And I simply asked him, hey, there's no eating on BART.
We're not on BART, we're on the platform. Are there signs that say that we can't eat on the platform?
Yeah, they're right in front of the station.
In front of the station where we're selling food at the bottom of the station?
No, in the paid area of the BART.
There's signs that say that we can't eat on BART.
That's correct.
On BART, not on the platform.
Anywhere in the paid area of BART.
Now, even if BART regulations prohibit eating there, though no signs indicating this are visible, is instantly escalating to threats and violent physical repression reasonable or ethical for such an incredibly minor infraction? Rather than perhaps politely explaining any policy and allowing Foster to simply finish or dispose of his sandwich with a warning? Especially as such harmless behavior is routinely ignored there, as video showed others freely eating and drinking with no issues.
Okay.
Once you process your ticket through the fare gates,
all right.
you're
So
in
what's
the
gonna
paid area
happen?
of BART.
So what's gonna happen? So what's gonna happen?
Well, it depends on Mr. Foster. If Mr. Foster wants to cooperate, he'll get a citation and be on his way. If he doesn't want to cooperate, he's going to go to jail today.
Okay.
Simple as that.
Can I talk to him? Can I talk to him?
Give me 1 second.
The aggressive overreaction demonstrates the dangers of over-policing. Officials exploiting regulations to criminalize nearly anything they fancy to target citizens, then gaslighting victims of their abuses. This traumatizing incident sparked public outrage and protests. BART apologized to Foster regarding the blatant overuse of force, but tellingly kept defending the absence of transparency around rules used to supposedly justify such draconian measures in oxymoronic free societies.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
If you don't listen.
If you have another available unit, I'm in front of McDonald's. I have a black male with a large shopping cart. Appears to be homeless. Green and blue jacket. You didn't hear me? You can't cross right there. Come over here and let me talk to you for a moment. I'm Officer Jones. You got a mask? Put your mask on. It's dangerous. I don't want you to get run over.
Man, the crossroad get run over. They don't be working either.
Okay, I'm Officer Jones. Right? But but if somebody hits you, we gonna chase them down. But if you're in the middle, there's no cross safety guard for you.
There don't supposed to be that many cars at all. I almost killed my father over driving some bullshit like this. So I don't got patience.
You got your
I ain't told enough people cars for real. I take stuff from people too. They do too. They slimy or whatever.
Okay.
I just ain't got no patience. I probably got an expired one for.
In this case, a homeless man was stopped in 2021 for crossing the road at the wrong point. The officer lectured him rather aggressively. He let Eddie go, but his ego seemed bruised when Eddie walked off mid-lecture and muttered he'd defend himself if attacked.
Come on here and sit down. Come on here and sit down.
I ain't got to listen to you say for nothing.
You do.
Bro. I don't know what the problem is.
You do. Come on here. Sit down.
Earlier, I told you.
Put your hands behind your back.
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 What happened?
You're going to get tased if you don't put your hands behind your back.
You're under arrest. Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind
If
your
you
back.
don't listen,
I'll go
that's
on
your
my
last
way.
opportunity. If you don't put your hands on your back, you're going to get tased. Fuck it.
Taser. Hit it.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Okay. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying.
Get on the ground.
On the ground.
Get on the ground.
Okay.
On the ground.
Okay.
Put your hands behind your back.
Okay.
Do it.
Okay.
Drive stun him if you have to, because I can't get his other hand.
Put your hand behind your back.
Okay, sir.
While concerning, this looked resolved until the same officer tracked Eddie down and violently arrested him later for the long-past jaywalking incident he'd clearly decided to ignore earlier that day. He seemed motivated by rage around Eddie showing previous disrespect and refusing to bow to his authority, pepper spraying and tasering the unarmed, vulnerable man over essentially nothing. The officer's comments during the assault lay bare how retaliation and pride often fuel police attacks on minority civil rights, even in tiny suspected defiance of their totalitarian control. With Eddie attacked for daring to assert legal dignity earlier by walking away from harassment. Police play a vital role when used properly to protect community safety. However, cases of oppressive misuse of powers targeted at minorities has created a crisis of legitimacy. The videos we've witnessed of police precipitation of violence over legally harmless behaviors or responses exposes institutional problems around overcriminalization, escalation tendencies, and racial biases. As upstanding Americans, we must demand better across-the-board accountability, de-escalation, anti-discrimination to build public trust and prevent grave injustices through reforming the system itself. What thoughts or reactions do you have regarding police overreach? Have you faced unfair targeting yourself? Please share in the comments for healthy discussion. And don't forget to subscribe to support this channel